So Joe Biden was giving a speech at the AME church in, where was this, South Carolina? South Carolina? Yeah.
Indeed.
He was in South Carolina, and some of the folks down there had something to tell him. Breaking. Activists in South Carolina just took over Biden's speech to call for a ceasefire. Quote, 20,000 dead Palestinians. Their blood is on your hands. Biden was shaken. He's starting to understand the reality. His war on Gaza is horrifically unpopular, and people are fed up. No, he thinks these are draft dodgers from the Vietnam War. He doesn't know where he is most of the time. All right, so let's see this
I fought
action.
in Vietnam with Martin Luther King, man.
Martin Luther King was in my foxhole the whole time, and we were gonna buy a shrimp boat, but he didn't make it back. All right, so
if you really care about the lives lost here, then you should honor the lives lost and call for a ceasefire in Palestine. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I'd be confused too.
Thank you. Thank you. Look, folks, I understand their passion, and I've been quietly working.
very quietly.
I've been quietly working with the Israeli government to get them to reduce and significantly get out of Gaza. I'm using all that I can to do that.
Oh my God! Okay. So first of all,
Why don't you loudly do it?
First of all, I have to say, and we're not ones to traffic in racial politics, but that has to be the whitest crowd at an AME church in South Carolina that ever was. And I don't think it's a coincidence that you got the reaction from that crowd that you got.
Yeah, that's an awfully white-black church, isn't it?
That's look at the crowd.
That's like when I went to see Wu-Tang.
That's very strange for an AME church. But did he pick that? Did he pack that church with that particular crowd?
Well, I think probably a bunch of people might yell about. South Carolina has kind of a weird church-based voting district system that's like revolves around churches.
Do they?
Yeah, you remember years ago on the Daily Show, this guy, he was like visibly like mentally disabled. The guy that won, they covered on Daily Show. This was back before everything was about helping Democrats. And I remember it was hilarious. I was like, I can't believe this guy got elected. And I was at a wedding later in South Carolina, and the guy explained to me that's because his church got together and put this guy up. So that's where you have to go to a church. It's a good detail you point out. That's a white-ass black church.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's what you have because Protestant churches tend to be segregated that way. But why did he pick that particular church to go to?
And South Carolina?
Well, exactly.
You think they like him like that?
Well, exactly. Well, he went to a friendly crowd.
Yeah,
and just chanting 4 more years for this confused mummy. I thought
they meant bombing Gaza.
Don't you say?
They're for him. I thought they would
no, that'll be when he goes to the synagogue like we did with Rachel Maddow. Actually, speaking of which, we're gonna have Max on the show later, Max Blumenthal, and me and him have something in common. We both screamed at Rachel Maddow.
Oh my God!
And we're not able to get any kind of a response. So Keaton, what'd you think there?
Well, it was a great start to the 2024 campaign, right? Between that whisper scream January 6th speech and now this. I mean, whoo, that is a hell of a way to start. That's a 1-2 punch for you, right? just have like this deranged apocalyptic sort of Clint Eastwood speech. You're growling, you're snarling, and and then you come here to what you think is going to be a friendly crowd at South Carolina. You rig the primary, you move this state to first because it's your home turf, in the sense that South Carolina was what delivered the 2020 primary to him. It's what saved his campaign. So okay, have a little comfort food down here, right? We're going to, had a rough first speech, and, now we're going to come down here to a friendly crowd, and then boom, ceasefire protests interrupt. That has to happen everywhere he goes. Every campaign speech of Joe Biden's this cycle must be interrupted by ceasefire protesters until there is a ceasefire. So good on them for doing that, and shame on the people for shouting them down.
Absolutely. We're going to have Jose Vega on the show during my tenure. And he's got a big announcement to make, but one of the things he's working on is, for any of you who don't know Jose Vega, you've probably seen his videos at AOC events. He's the one I actually went to the Rachel Maddow event with and coordinated that.
He went viral a couple years back for the Ukraine war protest at an AOC town hall. Yeah.
Right. So he is trying to encourage people in all 435 congressional districts to do what he does. And this is what we need. I think Jose, it wasn't only Jose, but I think Jose has had a lot to do with it, with encouraging people to do some of these actions. You're seeing this almost weekly, I would say, very often more than once a week, where you have these figures like Anthony Blinken and people who really need to be disrupted getting disrupted. And yeah, that's what has to happen. These people should never be able to go anywhere in peace. Within the bounds of the law, people should be protesting them non-violently everywhere that they go within the bounds of the law.
Everybody, guess what? January is here. Can you believe January's here?
I can't.
How you doing with your New Year's resolutions? Mine was pretty easy to focus. I didn't have a New Year's resolution. But I have been trying to get a good night's sleep because, you know me, I quit smoking the weed, and it's really interrupted my sleep. But you know what really does help get sleep? Magnesium. So this is really true. That's the number one mineral to help you get sleep. So I'm talking about, that's it, magnesium. Actually, I'm talking about Magnesium Breakthrough by Bio-Optimizers. So the 7 different forms of magnesium in this supplement are involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body. Pretty much every function in your body gets upgraded when you take magnesium. This is true. I know this is true. People have recommended me. My doctor has recommended me. My osteopath has recommended take magnesium. That Huberman guy recommends taking magnesium to help you sleep. Pretty much every function in your body gets upgraded when you take magnesium, from the quality of your sleep to your brain function, from metabolism to stress levels. That is correct. And let's face it, even if our 2024 resolution is not to focus on our health, how are you really going to be able to achieve all your goals without quality sleep and stress management support? Really? So do yourself a favor. This is the favor you got to do yourself. Make Magnesium Breakthrough part of your daily routine this year. I am. And so you can get the vitality you need to conquer your dreams. Go to buyoptimizers.com/Jimmy and enter the promo code Jimmy. Get 10% off. Go to buyoptimizers.com/Jimmy. Happy New Year. Come see us do a live stand-up show. We'll be in Venice, California, Palmdale, California, Omaha, Des Moines, Milwaukee, Lansing, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Boston, Massachusetts, and we're going to Europe. Do you live in Europe? We're going to be there. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.